What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm D.Knight. Let's stop the skid.
Cause it's game time and I'm ready. Game time and I'm ready. Yeah, it's game time and I'm ready. Game time and I'm ready. Can't stop my hustle. No, you can't stop my shine. I ain't come to make no friends. I just came to get what's mine.
Welcome back to the Dolphins franchise as we have lost our first 3 games and sit at the bottom of the AFC East. Our offense not getting it done, 32nd overall. Our defense not getting it done, 27th overall. But really, we need to be able to win. Trevor Lawrence just isn't getting the job done. So we decided to bench him and actually give Dave Sands, our rookie out of Buffalo, his first start and see exactly if our offense can get going and get a little chemistry going. Trevor Lawrence, 86 overall, just can't get it done. So maybe Dave Sands brings a little bit of energy into our offense. So this episode, we are going to get through week 4 through week 6, and we actually do not have a very strong 3 teams here. Each one of them have 1 win so far. They're all 1-2, but with us, we're 0-3. We are going to jump into the week 4 game because it's Dave Sands' first career start. Hopefully many more to come. Hopefully he does not struggle. But let's jump in at Hard Rock Stadium against Josh Rosen and the Indianapolis Colts.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be an interesting matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Miami Dolphins. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. Standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, thanks. Located appropriately for his career win total at 347 Don Shula Drive. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami, Florida. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They come in 0-3 and in desperate need of a win.
And as a team, you start to feel a little bit snake bit. They need something good to happen right now so they know it's not just them. They think they have the makings of a good team.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should. And what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
25-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. As we get set to watch Josh Rosen command this offense, the number 10 pick in the 2018 draft.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
Pressure comes and down goes Rosen. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Now Rosen. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15.
Tackle for lost yardage.
Third and long here for Rosen. Oh, Rosen is stripped of the football. Well, this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. So a first quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost them.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. Following the fumble recovery. Sands. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Samson Abukum. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9 further. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Sands. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Called on the field goal unit. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead.
And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive with a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Rosen looking to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. Into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And Wilson has it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down.
He thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
On 1st down, Swift, and nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Rosen into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Hooked off by Jair Alexander, and the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips, and this one winds up getting intercepted.
So now here come the Dolphins. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option.
1st and 10. Looking to throw. Sands. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin 1st down.
Just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Back to throw. Sands. It's hauled in by Hardy. A 9-yard pickup, just 1 yard away from 3 consecutive 1st down plays. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Sands. And he rifles one incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Well, a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. From the gun, Sands. And this is going to be intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? No. Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
After the interception, here's Rosen. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line.
They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Rosen will throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Christian Wilkins. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. A bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Rosen. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. On 3rd down, Rosen. They're able to locate Wilson. 9 yards on the play and a first down.
Go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They'll run on first down. Swift, and he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And now it's Rosen looking into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. It's a foot race past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pick-off.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays. That usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward.
And partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. Seeing here, they're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak on top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. A look at the numbers a week ago for Lindsay. 15 carries, 73 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
Ready. 46 to Mike. Get ready.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off play action. Sands. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Here's Hines. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
Have a chance to react.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Off the play fake. Sands. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 23.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense.
Check it back. Go.
Draw play. This is Hines. And able to work his way down to the 16. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Looking to throw on second down. Sands. Open man is QT complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done. Everyone.
And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown.
2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out, and instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. All that, and it only nets him a yard. It's second down. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw is Rosen. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. On second down, Swift. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Rosen. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
These types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
Yeah, he probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward. 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun. Sands. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. On the delay, here's Hines. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. From the gun, it's Rosen. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. From the 45 on 2nd down, Rosen. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Here's Rosen to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Christian Wilkins picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. 2nd and 14. It's caught by Funchess. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The third down run gets him nothing.
That goes in the category of a play that the defense is going to cherish and excites them. A completion, yes, you give up the pass, but no gain. I mean, that's exactly what you want on defense. Get a little tighter.
Yeah, so far, 2 catches. We'll see what happens here as the game progresses. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll try the draw. Lindsey. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the gun on 3rd down, Sands. As he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Colts come after it, and they block it. It's picked up, and this is a live ball, remember. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are back within a single score.
Partners, you well know every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground again here. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as we say goodbye to September and take a look around the NFL here on this first day of October. We'll start out with an AFC East matchup between Buffalo and the New York Jets. And it's the Jets who are out in front in that one. The Jets trying to hold on and claim victory. From there, we head over to Detroit. Check on the Lions at home, Ford Field. And they trail that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. The Packers looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And as you see, they are currently all tied with the visiting Redskins. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
About one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some...
25, check 25, let's go.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Ready.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Hines. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. From the gun, Sands. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hardy. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. This is Hines. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Throwing on first down. Sands. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun. Sands on the right side, open is Gesicki. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 17-yard line. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Here, 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They run with Hines. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Something big. From the gun, Sands. Open space inside the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game. Throwing now, Rosen on first down. Caught, it's Wilson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Rosen looking to throw, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. On 2nd down now, it's Hines, and he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. On first down, Lindsey, and he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Another run by Lindsey. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36. A gain of about 4. From the gun on 3rd down. Sands. And he's got his tight end, Oliver. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now a carry for Lindsey. There to stop him was Rashawn Golden. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off play action. Sands. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Sands. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski, okay? Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a two.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now Rosen. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Sixton's coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Rosen. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 4 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing again, it's Rosen. Now they go screen. It's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. 2nd and 10. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Sands got an open man. It's QT. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. To lead up even further. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. They'll run on 1st down. It's Lindsey. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
46 to Mike. Here we go.
2nd and 3. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
He gets a base hit and he's on base. They bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm. A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes us 2nd and 9. Now the second down throw on target, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Rosen. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. To that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw is Rosen. He's got his man on the crossing route.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Rosen in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 111. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. On 3rd down, Rosen. And this is going to be incomplete. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3.
The playbook is still wide open, but you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Lindsey. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the counter, Lindsey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here.
I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And indeed, they will keep it on the ground. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is.
That's what you're looking for.
On first down, Swift. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Miami, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they too will leave here at 1-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
And Dave Sands' debut is a win, but I wouldn't necessarily say that he played better than Trevor Lawrence, but I mean, at least we were able to score touchdowns. We had 309 yards of total offense, split in between rushing and passing, and our defense really stepped it up. They didn't give up a touchdown today. Sadly, we had a blocked punt and then also a pick six, but we did end up winning the turnover battle 2-3. And maybe that's what got us over the edge. We didn't score in the fourth quarter, and it was getting kind of dicey there, but we were able to pull out a win. As for the stats on the day, Dave Sands had 190 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. We just can't seem to get away from the picks from our quarterbacks. Phillip Lindsay had 84 yards rushing. Adrian Hardy had 4 catches, 49 yards and a touchdown. Devontae Parker, 2 catches, 26 yards and a touchdown, but he did get hurt. So we'll need to check that when we get back to home base. Hopefully it's nothing serious. And then Avery Young and Jair Alexander had our picks. On the other side for the Colts, Rosen had 190 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. DeAndre Swift, 67 yards rushing. And then Taron Johnson and Malik Hooker ended up getting the picks. So we do have some bad news as Devontae Parker has a ruptured disc and is actually going to be out for 6 weeks. So we're going to be losing our number 1 wide receiver. Hopefully Kiki Cootie and DJ Shark can step up. So at least we got off the snide. We are no longer winless, but not sure exactly if Dave Sands is going to be our answer. But we do have a breakout player chance, which, let's see, keep an eye on Wilkins, the defensive lineman. Okay. So it looks like Christian Wilkins will get a chance to upgrade. That's pretty impressive. I don't mind that one bit, even though he's already a superstar. So I guess he's going for Superstar X Factor. Let me take a quick look at that. I'm pretty sure he was a superstar. Maybe. Oh no, he was just a star, wasn't he? Yeah, because the superstar was Lorenzo Neal. Okay, so he's trying to go up to superstar. We'll see if it happens. It's going to be a little bit tough. But our next game is going to be against the 2-2 Jets. Are we able to get a win at MetLife Stadium with Dave Sands being 2-0 as a quarterback? But we end up losing here at MetLife Stadium against the New York Jets as we ended up giving up almost 400 offensive yards. Our defense is definitely struggling in the Sims. That's definitely an issue there. We had 264 passing yards, but we had 2 turnovers to their 0. That is not going to be able to get it done. Darnold had 256 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Dave Sands 264 with a touchdown and a pick. So at least he's staying even on the season, unlike Trevor Lawrence. Rushing wise, Le'Veon Bell had his day, 84 yards and a score. Lindsey had 46 with no touchdowns. Darnold actually scrambled for 25 yards. Regis had 16. Etienne had 12. And then the receiving game, DJ Shark, 6 catches, 81 yards. That's a pretty good day for him. Crowder was 5 for 65. Gesicki ended up getting a touchdown, 5 catches, 61 yards. Cameron Meredith had 6 for 51 and 2 touchdowns. And then Cootie had 4 for 48. So not too crazy there. Avery Young had 12 tackles. TFL leader Sweat, McMillan, and Leonard Williams all had 2. For the sacks, Kobe Pearson had 1.5. Sweat, McMillan, and Co. had 1. Neal, Wilkins, and Mosley with 0.5. And then picks-wise, Justin Coleman was the only one that had an interception. So definitely another disappointing loss to the Jets. I just have no idea what we're doing. I mean, it's just kind of a shame that our quarterback play has not been great. I mean, Dave Sands is not looking bad. He's playing probably on the level of Trevor Lawrence, but Trevor Lawrence is an 86 overall. I mean, we needed Trevor Lawrence. I don't think it's going to happen, but let's see if we can end up getting a win here at home against the 2-2 Cowboys, who are very, very good overall. And we end up going down again. We just lost by 1 point. But we allowed 14 points in the fourth quarter to allow the Cowboys to steal the victory away from us. But again, 347 yards for them compared to our 279. Offense still isn't getting it done, and like I said, our defense isn't doing very well either. I mean, this team has completely fallen apart in the Brian Flores era. It is not looking great. Let's head over to the players' stats. Prescott, 213 yards and a touchdown. It looks like Trevor Lawrence actually played. I guess Dave Sands ended up getting hurt this game, but he had 102 yards and a touchdown. And then Dave Sands with 32 yards. So maybe Trevor Lawrence ends up going back into the starting spot because, I mean, as you can see, Dave Sands pretty much not the answer either. But maybe this is a little bit of a wake-up call for Trevor Lawrence. We'll have to see. Zeke had 79 yards on the ground. Lindsey had 77. Hines with 33. Tony Pollard had 32 yards and 2 scores. Prescott, 23. Lawrence, 22. Trey Rogers, 4 for 9 with a score. And receiving-wise, Zeke actually led everybody with 48 yards on 2 catches. Ricky Seals-Jones, another tight end, 5 catches, 42 yards, and a touchdown. Cooper, 3 for 35. Cootie, 2 for 34. Gesicki, 5 for 28 with a score. He's a touchdown machine all of a sudden. Adrian Hardy, 3 for 27. And over to the defense, tackles, Raekwon McMillan had 10. Jair had 8. And whoops, I was not in the right spot. TFL, Chase Young had 2. Any sacks, Delvin Crutchfield had 2, Wilkins had 1, Lawrence and Simmons also added 1. And then interceptions, at least we didn't throw an interception today, so we got to take the good with the bad currently because we can't seem to win. So we were at least able to get 1 victory this episode, but we still stand at 1-5 and are dead last in the AFC East. And our offense can't get it together. Our defense can't get it together. Kiki Cootie is frustrated. We have all sorts of negotiations to do. So it's going to get a little bit crazy, but we do have a bye week at least. But next episode we'll get through week 7, week 9, and week 10. And we might end up making a couple of deals because this team is not playoff ready. We need to figure out what's going on. Is it Flores' system? Is it our players? I kind of feel like we're a good enough team to win. We just can't seem to put it all together on any given Sunday. So before we end up going, let's take a look at the upgrades for the episode and our updated draft board. And we are starting the upgrades here with middle linebacker Jerome Baker. We're going to go into field general for him, get him up to an 85 overall. Really need this defense to step up. Superstar outside linebacker Raekwon McMillan, we're going to go into pass coverage. We really need to be able to shore that up just a little bit better against those tight ends. And he got +3 man as well, or actually only +3 man. Defensive tackle Lorenzo Neal, we're going to go into power rusher for him. It doesn't move him up in overall, but I was hoping for some play rec upgrades, and we don't get them. Wide receiver Kiki Cootie is going to get one as well, and we're going to go into deep threat for him, get him up to an 80 overall with +4 on release. Starting center Tommy Sexton, we're going to go into agile, and we're really going to try to push for that scheme fit. It's going to take a little bit, but he is a focus player for us. Slot corner Avery Young, we're going to go into zone, so I'm hoping for a little bit of play rec upgrade as well, and we were able to get +1 with +2 zone. Kicker Jet Toner will get one, and we need to go into power here, try to get his leg up. I mean, he missed a 57-yard field goal, but I mean, it's 57 yards. That is insane. But he got +1 to kick power. Nice. Backup linebacker Hamza Nasirildeen, and we're going to go into run stopper for him, get him up to a 73 overall, and we're probably just 1 point away from being a scheme fit. Backup center Josh Myers, we're going to go into agile for him. Keeps him at a 72, but does get him up to that scheme fit, which is exactly what we're looking for. Backup strong safety Quincy Shepard, we're going to go into run support, try to get him up to that scheme fit so he gets some extra points. Rookie DT Jaden Goddard's got another one, and we're going to go into run stopper for him, get him up to a 72 overall. He's closing in on that 75 rather quickly. Backup free safety Arsenio Shea, we're going to go into hybrid for him. It actually does boost him up to a 71 overall, but we're going to get him closer to that scheme fit. Backup tight end Trey McKitty, and we're going to go into vertical threat for him, get him up to a 70 overall, and he got an absolute ton of upgrades, +1 catching. Okay. Big boy defensive tackle Bravion Roy, we're going to go into run stopper. We're still trying to get him up to a 70 to 75 overall, and he got +1 block shedding. Third string quarterback Tyree Jackson, we're going to go into strong arm for him. It gets him up to a 67 overall. If Dave Sands doesn't really impress me, maybe we give Tyree the opportunity to. So taking a look at the new draft board, we were looking for some quarterbacks. We have not really been able to find any, but the people that we are going to showcase are #1 true prospect and #1 right end senior Moses Jeffrey, the 6'5", 288-pounder out of South Carolina. Top skills, tackle pursuit, block shedding. This guy could be very, very good on the defensive line. Not sure if we have to go there, but so far at South Carolina, 3.5 sacks, 8 TFLs, 24 tackles, and a forced fumble. This guy could be a game wrecker, and if we lose Wilkins, he could be our top draft pick. Or we can go with #2 right outside linebacker Damian Reed, the 6'4", 253-pounder out of Vanderbilt, with top skills of pursuit, finesse moves, and awareness. This guy is insane as a speed rusher. Could ultimately be on the defensive line if we wanted to. He played very well for Vanderbilt so far this year, and Vanderbilt actually a top 10 team. He had 59 tackles, 10 TFLs, and a forced fumble. This guy is amazing. And possibly our best quarterback on the board, but ranked #6 is Nicholas Bolton out of USC. 6'4", 231-pound improviser. He has good throw power, so he does have some arm strength, but he can throw on the run. He has good accuracy short. Late first round talent that we could possibly get in the second round. This guy we might end up going with. People are a little bit afraid of the spread offense USC runs, but he has a 173.3 rating, 1,700 yards in the air, 18 touchdowns, and 3 picks. We already know that the interceptions is really what makes or breaks our team currently. Alright guys, that's where we're going to end this episode, and like I said before, when we come back we will get through week 7 through week 10. Hopefully we're able to rattle off some wins. We're just a 1-5 team. We kind of need to try to make the playoffs. I mean, Flores' job's on the line. My job is on the line because we can't seem to get the team together to play well. We're not playing well at all this year. We didn't play well the year before. And the year before that, we ended up blowing it at the end of the season to actually have that playoff chance. So there is a lot of losing. The losing is in the culture. We need to be able to turn it around. But thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay frosty, and I'll see you in the next episode. D.Knight, out.
They thought it was a game till I came back with that win overtime. I've been working, now I'm back at it again. Now we ain't finished what you thought that was it.